Firstly, I would just like to give a little disclaimer. I would like to apologise for the poor quality of this video. I'm not in my usual location and didn't have a tripod for the most part. Other than that, enjoy! Firstly, I would like to address my utter gratitude to you guys for allowing me to reach 500 subscribers. Maybe to some of you guys that doesn't seem like a lot, but to me that's 500 people who have chosen to support me and come back for more content, and that to me is incredible. It makes all the hard work and the hours that I put into making these videos all worth the while. Especially thank you to Miriam Tilson, who recently put my link under one of her videos and actually helped me have that bit of extra exposure, so I'm very grateful. Thank you. Before properly getting into the general voiceover, I just wanted to say that this is a collab piece that I'm doing with Calamity Valentine, Sfabi. We both really like this reference, and so we thought it'd be cool to both do it together. And I'm not yet going to put it onto Instagram just yet until she's finished her piece. But yeah, we both thought that this portrait was absolutely stunning, the colours, the pose, and so we thought it'd be cool to do it together and see how both of ours turn out. But in overall discussion, I asked you guys on Instagram, and I have chosen two that I'd like to discuss and go over today, although I would like to do all of them eventually, so if it's not yours today, don't worry, on another day I will touch up upon what you have asked. Okay, so sorry if I butcher your names. Till H Day asks for me to discuss about my art process and what I think of my creativity, which I think is a cool question. And then Rolu asks, using art as an outlet for emotions. So I think that'll be quite good to speak about how we use art as an outlet of emotions. Okay, so my art process and what I think of my creativity. My art process, I guess to be honest, I don't think of the most original ideas in creativity-wise, and I don't really go for the most conceptual pieces at the moment. And that's mainly because of my creative process at the moment is focusing on how to paint. So technique and how to use that technique and brushstrokes and colours. So I'm still learning a lot, so instead of putting my energy into forming a concept or a specific idea, I kind of just go, you know, how am I going to paint this? What textures? How can I achieve this? How can I achieve that? And this piece was great for that actually, as I had to do the fur, I've got to do skin, I've got to do the texture of her hair, and so that allowed me to try new things in that aspect, which is good. And that's mainly my creative process. I don't really go through planning or doing thumbnails or anything like that. I have tried it before, but it doesn't quite work for me at the moment. Usually just go through Pinterest, find something that I'd like to paint or something that inspires me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to paint this. And then I think, what colours will I use for this? How will I achieve this texture, etc, etc. And so for now, that's kind of how I go about it. Creativity wise, what I think of it is that it's not quite there yet in aspects of creating original or completely, you know, interesting ideas and visually interesting pieces. It's more so, oh, you know, that texture came out nice, or those colours look good in that aspects. But that's something that I'd like to touch upon on the future. So using art as an outlet for emotions, I really like this question, well, this discussion topic. I feel like it's so important to a lot of artists, and potentially even most of artists. For me, definitely, I started doing painting and art, but obviously whether it's doing clay or crafting, sketching, doodling, painting, whatever it may be that you do your art with, you know, I feel like, and you know, it is an emotional outlet, because I feel like we can express ourselves in ways that we can't always speak or say or understand. And a lot of the times it might be that something's bothering us, maybe something at school, maybe something in our daily lives, maybe within ourselves, and being able to have a focus, maybe even if it's just doing something non-thoughtful, even if it's just a random doodle, you're able to kind of, I mean, in my case, I can't speak for you, but in my case it's the fact that I can just have a peace of mind because I'm so focused on what I'm making and how I'm making it and the actions and the colours and the mixtures. I become so involved in what I'm making that I forget about the things that I'm stressed about. In most cases, you know, sometimes obviously you can still think, but in most cases I'm able to have a quiet peace of mind. And I feel for people that is what using art as an outlet for emotions is. And it allows you to have that peace and that comfort. And so for me, it's a healing, it's a coping mechanism. And I'm sure it's the way, you know, for a lot of other artists out there too. They can, maybe they want to express something or say something, and maybe they can't stand up on that stage, or maybe they can't say, hey world, you know, this is my expression, this is my emotions, this is my feelings, this is me. Instead, they grab that pencil or paintbrush or, you know, that pottery, and they mold and they paint and they scratch on the paper and they say their message in that way. And I think the versatility and expression of art is endless. You don't really have a limit to it. You don't really have a strict way of doing anything. There is just expression, there is just shapes, there is just colours, there are just textures, there are just feeling. It's all just, there's so many ways that you can get in touch with it. There's so many ways that you can express yourself through it. And I think that's what's so magical about it. And I think that's why it's so usable to express your emotions. It's so doable. I don't really say much of a message with my art, but I think you can see my moods according to what I'm painting, and it does give me that peace of mind. And so I think it's important, you know, using art as an outlet for emotions, getting your feelings out there, expressing yourself in ways that maybe you can't speak or you can't understand. And maybe it's not even about getting a message, maybe it's just about saying, I've got so much to do, but at least I can do this thing for a short amount of time that I enjoy. And I think that's with anything. You know, art can be dance, art can be acting, art can be singing, whatever that is. And so for any of you guys, you know, focus on what makes you happy, you know, express ways that make you happy, try and find time. You know, maybe if it's 5 minutes to draw a scribbly cat, that is good enough. And I feel like people should do what helps them feel good and what allows them to give that outlet. So again, thank you so much for this, guys. I hope you liked watching the process of this piece. I feel like I am getting quite an understanding of how to use skin tones and colours, so I did think, although I don't do dark skin tones a lot, I feel like this one did come out nice. And so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your endless support. Until next time, guys. Bye.